Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me, but he could be as happy as me if he was a fan of the New York Giants and basking in Eli's legendary glory. He'll be able to buy you 2 tickets to that thing you like. You can't see it now, but I'm on a horse.
Am I supposed to look at you or the camera?
Right into the camera. Don't look at me. I mean, you can look up and around a bit if you want, but you're talking to our viewers, so I'm going to kind of step to the side here a bit. Come on.
So you're just going to edit whatever, all of this out.
Maybe.
So I have this theory that wealth isn't based on the amount of money or property you have, but it's more based on the relationships you have with your family and your friends. I have amazing parents, a brother, 2 sisters, and great friends, and I feel like I have more than I could ever ask for.
Hi, I wanted to take this time to thank my wife Maria, who's my best friend and my biggest supporter. We've been married for nearly 9 years now, and she's stuck with me through thick and thin. It has been said that programming is the crossroads between science and art. And I really believe that technology has grown at a geometric rate because of mankind's capacity for imagination. I also believe we have great imagination because God has great imagination and we are made in God's image. Acts 17:26 says, "For in him we live and move and have our being." I've learned more in the last 4 years at PCA than I have in the last 10 years before that, and a lot of that is attributed to Mark's leadership and allowing for new research and technology.
Buying media here at PCA is exciting and challenging, and I really love it. While I'm here at the office, I'm working really hard for you. But while I'm not in the office, I really enjoy living life to its fullest. I have 2 boys, well, really men. I've got one in college and one that is headed that way next year. So I find myself with a lot of me time. And I love adventure and I love experiencing life through travel. Some of my travels lately have included wine tasting in Italy, horseback riding in Costa Rica, hiking in Big Sur, rafting in Washington, ranching in Texas, and skiing in Utah. So I've got my suitcase and I've got my passport. If you've got any ideas for me, give me a call. Otherwise, I gotta go. I gotta catch it. Oh! I gotta go. I got a plane to catch. I don't know.
10 things I want my young sons, Wyatt, who's 2, and Brady, who's 1, to know. Number 1, you are going to fight with your brother. This is normal. Keep it clean, nothing below the belt, and no chairs to the head. And that means you, Wyatt. Number 2, honesty is always the best policy. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. 3, don't fear the deep end. Take scuba lessons. 4, don't be afraid to take notes either if something's very important. You want to remember. Sorry about that, Coop. 5, never, under any circumstances, blame the ref. 6, expect no sympathy for a hangover and give none. 7, vote. Take a stand for your country. There are people who are giving their lives to protect it. 8, never forget that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. 9, remember to tell your mother that you love her. No one's worked harder to bring you into this world or cares more for you in it. And 10, dream big, dream often, and preferably during the daytime.
All right. What's most important to me would be my 2 sons. I think they've had the best influence on my life. Those guys, it doesn't matter really what's going on with your personal life, like work, stress, things like that. Like you come home and maybe you're in a bad mood. But these guys have been, watching Ninja Turtles and laughing about farts for half hours. So, they don't care about any of that stuff. You get caught up in having fun with them, and it's awesome just kind of seeing things through their eyes, like experiencing, all these things that you might have forgot about as you become an adult. You kind of, do that again with them, and it's cool again. So, those things will all just kind of go away, the little small things like the stress and all that. So, those guys will be there forever, and they think that, I'm the best dad in the world, and now I got the hardware to prove it.
So if you ask my friends and family, they'll tell you I'm a huge music junkie, and I wouldn't disagree. I'm always going to concerts, looking up for new artists to listen to, reading music blogs, and collecting music in all types of formats, whether it's digitally through my iPod, collecting CDs, vinyl, and even tapes. I pretty much don't go a day without listening to music. Whether I'm driving to and from work, I'm listening to the radio. When I'm at home cooking, cleaning, I usually put a record on, and sometimes even when I go to bed, I usually put my iPod on. Not really sure where my obsession for music came from, but I pretty much can't live without it.
Hi, I'm Danny. Everything I have to say, I'll leave to the immortal words of
y'all wanna know why you don't stop, y'all wanna know why you don't flop. Let me tell you people why I came from the bottom of the block. When I was born, it was sworn I was never gonna be shit. Had to prove the opposite, I was bitch, had to get my ride on. Eyes on the prize, Sean, knew I had to get these chips, had to make moves like Elijah Wan.
keep on rocking.
Anybody who knows me well would that was a fly right in my eye. Good boy. Anybody who knows me and would describe me would definitely talk about my love and my work with animals before probably even mentioning that I'm Swedish or mother. I was a dog trainer in Sweden and took that foundation when I came over here to the States, as I was absolutely blown away by the amount of dogs that got euthanized in kill shelters here. So I worked a couple of years by rehabbing dogs and adopting them out. And this guy, believe it or not, was in such a bad shape 2 years ago that he was not a good candidate to be placed. So kept him. And the process that I have been learning, working with him, with his fears and his power and his courage and his absolutely unconditional love, has been an amazing inspiration for me in both my day-to-day life, but also my work.
One more.
Okay.
For real. Just
Huh?
right.
You just took, have that in your, no, you didn't shoot, right? You did? Oh, no. What?
Let's try one more take.
One more take? No, not this one. Hi, my name is Judy Fang. In Chinese, my last name F-A-N-G means house, not what it means in English. Hope this gives you a better image of me, especially for those who know me by name only.
So everyone here at PCA, for the most part, knows that I love country music. Everything about it, the concerts, the stories behind the songs, it's pretty much my life. So I try to bring CDs in for the office and get everyone acquainted with my favorite music. And it's working, but the cool story is a lot of people don't know why I love country so much. Before I came to PCA, I was a morning show radio personality on the biggest radio station in San Luis Obispo County, the country station. So every Thursday and Friday, I'd wake up around 4:45, get into the office around 5:30, and tell some awesome stories to 40,000 listeners. And that's what I really learned working in radio, the value of a good story and how to convey a message to a large audience. And I love having that experience and bringing it here to PCA.
Great.
I was going to talk about growing up in Orange County and how it's home. It's where my roots are. It's where my heart is. I'm the good part of OC. I'm not the Real Housewives of OC. No, this is intimidating. My name is Erica, and I've lived in Orange County all my life. Growing up in Orange County granted me the most amazing experiences. I grew up spending, well, I still spend every summer down at the beach, be it Newport, Huntington, or Laguna. Right at my fingertips, I have access to the most picturesque landscape. And Orange County is a melting pot for culture. I also grew up going to the Performing Arts Center in Costa Mesa, the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater in Irvine, or the Festival of Arts in Laguna Beach. I was just exposed to so many different avenues of art. And that really drove me to pursue a career in communication arts. I was so drawn to the creativity of taking an idea and turning it into something real. And I knew that Orange County just provided this platform for brands to really thrive and come alive because of its wealth among the US as being such a destination. Orange County is so many things, but to me, it's a place where I've made the most of my memories. It's a place that's really shaped me. Orange County is where my roots are, and that's where my heart is.
Look at the camera? Okay. I have a number of passions in my life. First and foremost is my family, but I have a passion for international traveling. I love hiking mountain passes in Europe. I love going for a good hard run in the morning. I love to listen to classical music. But if you were to ask me where I would prefer to be right at this moment, well, I think you know the answer to that.
Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind...
That's great, Moshe. We all know Hamlet, but we want to liven this thing up. Do you have any special talents?
Well, I do a voice.
A voice? What kind of a voice?
A cartoon character.
Well, everybody loves cartoons. Which cartoon character?
Well, have you heard of Mr. Hanky from South Park?
Mr. Hanky from South Park. I think I remember that, but why don't you refresh my memory?
Howdy ho!
That's right. How does it go? One more time.
Howdy ho!
Howdy ho. That's awesome. One more time.
Howdy ho!
All right, so man of many talents. You know poetry, you know cartoon characters. Do you know music?
Sure. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
Nervous. I hate this stuff. This is so awkward. It's so awkward.
I try and make a nice, comfortable
Well, you do, but I feel like, I don't know, and I don't like talking about myself, so I feel weird about that too.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I've always been a very positive and outgoing person, which is why I think I've always loved doing client services. I love to spend time with my husband and my furry dog, Baloo. My husband and I love to go golfing, paddleboarding, bike riding. I actually even have a hole-in-one.
No way.
I do.
Wow. All right, well, whenever you're go ahead, just focus attention there.
Okay. Well, I have to say that I am completely in love with the city of San Francisco. Go Giants! The people, the culture. Go Giants! The food. Yeah, go Giants! And most importantly, the San Francisco Giants.
Is that because you came from somewhere else and are recently?
Oh, I'm totally a recent San Francisco Giants fan.
It's a camera and it's you and me, and it's amazing how emotionally you can get. I'm a huge admirer of reductionism, the reductionist movement, which is creating strong mood and emotion with the least amount of detail. we're reducing an element down to its most essential core, which was really, the birthplace was in the art movement, the tonalist painters, guys like Gottardo Piazzoni. That's where I think the true talent lies, compressing language, distilling an idea down to a single thought, the ability to capture a single image and allow that image to tell you the entire story. That's where the talent lies. That is reductionism. That is communication in its purest, most powerful form.
It can be
Yeah.
whatever you want. I mean, what were you thinking about talking about?
I guess more just on dance. Just talking about dance and just how it, I guess, maybe influenced me in a way. Just seeing it as a kid growing up, going to a party, family party, watching my kids dance, or not my kids, I'm sorry, my cousins. They would dance, and I saw them break, and that's kind of what got me into dancing. Fast forward, got to college and saw a dance group, and decided that this is something that I want to pursue. Went ahead and worked my ass off, and practiced really hard and made the team. And I think from that, being on a dance team, it kind of taught me different things as far as hard work. Teamwork was a big thing because I'm in a big group. We count on each other, as opposed to just performing and just doing it in front of your friends or to impress girls. For me, I was on a group that was a nonprofit, and what we did was dance in front of at-risk kids. And so it kind of gave them a window of like, oh, this is something that I could do. This is something that will accept me. And to dance in front of those kids is better than dancing in front of an audience for a performance, because you'll touch those kids more than your friends will support you, but these kids see something new that they get attached to, and it helps them if they're in a bad area to think of something else, something positive, get them off the streets. And that's kind of what inspired me to dance and to keep dancing.
So I've been into computers since I was 15, and computers in general is my life. I use it every day and every night, and that's why I do what I do, which is a web developer here at Publichu. And
That's interesting, Turbot, but what else do you like to do?
well, I really like to listen to music, and most importantly, I love to dance.
오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자